We have a new great electro DPS finally. Cindy has still no competition. But still, this is probably the second strongest electro DPS in the game, which is already fantastic, right? Like we're talking about Cindy, of course, on her own league, we all know it. And then you have Jill Valentine, which is doing really good damage. So let's talk a little bit about our first impressions. Day one first impressions. Take it just as that raw testing to see what's going on in here, right? But as usual, hello Daters, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today's topic, of course, Jill Valentine. I like her. I thought I was not gonna like her fan service, but first of all, nice armpit, nice jiggles also while you are not here, not only here, but also reloading and shooting. I like it, I like her. Simple fan service, but it's nice. That's it. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on, some damage comparisons we've been doing, running some tests with the Electro Girl, on neutral, etc. And I have to say, again, I'm impressed. She's doing really well. And she's doing really well even on non-meta teams. For example, with the Absolute Duo, which is still a fantastic duo, but obviously it's not running Ada, it's not running, Aid, it's not running Crown, etc. Right? So we go a little bit over everything. As usual, leave a like, subscribe, and go to the channel. And let's jump directly into right now what's going on with this girl. So we got an SR Toll phase 13. I got tilted because we were not getting super successes, and I stopped leveling it up. What can I say? We got her to 7, 10, 10. Most of the testing was done at 7, 7, 10. We'll explain why in a second. She's been running Resilience because Bastion bricks her, and we got pretty lucky with the rocks, 4 elemental lines and 2 attack lines. So let's talk about what's going on with her skills and the gear, and then I'll show the damage numbers. Her kit, super simple, nothing interesting. The only thing you need to remember, you want to always have 9 bullets, because when she reloads, or when you start the battle, she gets normal attack damage multiplied increased by 25%, and she will also be doing true damage only while she is actually bursting. That's the only thing. So if you have more than 9 bullets, you have to manually reload every 9 shots. So max ammo doesn't break her, but you still have to play manually her and be careful and be like, okay, did I shoot 9 times? How much do I need to be worrying about all this stuff, right? So ignore max ammo, you focus, of course, on elemental, you focus on attack, and you focus on hit rate, because even though this looks like a pistol, and shoots like a pistol, and sounds like a pistol, it's an assault rifle. So she will miss a lot of shots. You want to be getting hit rate. Elemental attack, hit rate, priority, but her skills is that pretty simple. The rest is just literally more damage for herself. The only thing that I'm not 100% sure is skill 2. Skill 2, for those of you who don't know, basically will be making the first bullet when you reload do sustained damage. And it's gonna be 192 at level 10, 1 second for 30 seconds. But you can only have this once. Like, you cannot have 30 stacks of this, like continuously reload and do this, right? I think, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, because if you can do that, maybe her damage will go even higher, right? So level 7 is 160 something, level 10 is 192. There wasn't a big increase in damage for the cost that is taking this to level 10. Her burst, however, is doing a lot of damage, so I would recommend taking it to 10. 7, 7, 10 is most likely a good place to be, because her burst is giving 80% hit rate, 75% attack damage, and you deal true damage with normal attacks. So pretty good. Simple kit. Again, for the gear, just focus on elemental, focus on attack, focus on hit rate. Those 3. Ignore max ammo as much as possible, and if you can get some crit as filler lines, that will work. And then lastly, you don't want max ammo. Resilience is the only cube that works for her. It's kind of a meme at this point that you have Resilience, you have Bastion, the Pierce cube is getting some usage, Quantum for PvP, and the Vigor cube and the Healing cube for some characters that heal, but mostly it's Resilience and Bastion. Nothing else in this game works. I hope they add better cubes. Even something like the Pierce cube, but for true damage would be nice. The Pierce cube is actually useful, so that would be nice, but we'll see what they do. That's it. That's about her kit. Let's talk a little bit about damage comparisons and who we've been comparing her to. We've been comparing her with a lot of characters, mostly Electro units, obviously, right? Electro units. So let me come all the way up here. We started at the 777, obviously, compared with the Core 7 Cindy. Core 7 Cindy, 4 attack, 4 elemental, 4 up. Really good Cindy. 6.5 billion, 2 billion. That is already, by the way, really, really good. We're talking about a base copy Jill is doing more damage already than an invested Maiden, an invested Anit, and yes, obviously, Maiden is buffing her, Maiden is buffing Cindy as well. But she's doing really, really good. The only problem I see with her is just like other similar characters, for example, even Bestie Tactical Upgrade, or even the new Milk. They are characters that are selfish DPSs and don't provide nothing for the team, so it's gonna be really hard to see them outside solo raids because they are just selfish DPSs. They are good at what they do, but they are more of a, yeah, you build around me, I don't want anything else. I don't want to be buffing anyone, supporting anyone. So she's doing really well. Then we compare with the Core 6 SBS, again, really well invested SBS on neutral, 1.3, 2.6. Pretty well, pretty good damage. Then on neutral, once again with Rapapi, what a surprise to nobody, 3 billion, 1.4, and Jill 1.3. She's doing the same damage as a Little Mermaid. Now, I know what you're thinking, Little Mermaid is support, but Cinderella is a defender, that does not matter, okay? Little Mermaid Siren is a DPS. Now, we're also trying Trina. Trina will obviously back her up because the max ammo. That doesn't really matter because you can still reload. Like, even if you are using Trina, the only difference is that you will have to reload every 9 bullets. So every 9 bullets, just wait, reload, and you're going to keep going. So you can use Trina with her. It actually increases her damage and it's pretty good. As you can see, 5.2 build versus 2.1. But it's kind of a waste on this team, obviously. Like a Trina team would be like a team 5. And the best team is not Trina, it's actually going to be the tactical upgrades. Let me open the door because the cat is looking at me with a mad face. She's mad because I don't open the door. But I swear to God, this cat is more needy than any animal I've had in my life. We compare with the Core 5 Ain. I was manually in this Ain, spamming shots. This is a Core 5 again. Decently invested, 1.8 billion versus 2.2. This is what I was saying. This is probably the second strongest DPS we have in the game because we're comparing her with really well invested with a lot of dupes Electro DPSs, and she's outperforming basically everyone but Cinderella. Then we just went and checked Weak Wind and to see how she's doing versus Mihara. Obviously, off element, that's what I was saying. I don't think we'll see her. Off element, she hasn't done that well on any of the tests. That this is gonna be a character you will see on raids. Because there is no tower, I feel there can be a case, a scenario where she will be replacing Ain in some campaign stages, but that's some, right? Cindy is still gonna be the main highlight of the Electro teams. That's like the issue with her. She is a great character for raids, really strong DPS for raids. She's like basically like Milk, she's like Bestie. Bestie at least has usage outside of raids. Jill doesn't seem to be the same. Then we went again, Electro Week, and this is the team that I feel is gonna be run with her. Tactical upgrade duo, Jill, Ada, the Killer Wife. And she was doing 2.6 already in here, 1.7 on Ada. You can also run Litter instead of the Killer Wife, up to you, we're getting the same damage results. And this is probably the best thing we found, and then we leveled the skills to 7, 10, 10, right? And she went from 2.7 to just doing 3 billion instead and 1.7 on Ada still. So this is probably the best team that you can run with her. This is on Electro Week, as you can see with Litter. So I feel like you're not going to change your Cindy team. You have your Shotgun team, you have all of the usual compositions we run, and now you have an extra option for Electro Week raids with both of the tactical upgrade characters and Jill Ada together. The biggest problem with Ada is that she only buffs one character. It would be nice if she buffed 2 instead, but that will be too strong for shift up, I guess. But considering she is limited and she is good for raids, I will say grab a copy if you can afford it. Again, it's limited. There is like, that's the biggest point as to getting a copy rather than being good for raids, because raids is just if you care. A lot of people don't give a fuck about solo raids or union raids, right? If you care, I will say grab a copy. She's gonna be used. She looks good, and even her battle pass skin is pretty nice. This one, I might grab this skin. It's a nice one. Nice boobs. Nice ass, decent-ish jiggle, I will say, right? That said though, that's basically the TLDR for now. I will say a copy is worth absolutely for both of these characters, but again, it's worth if you care about those rankings. If not, you can completely skip them and keep saving for anniversary, which is gonna be really soon. All that japping though, that's gonna be for this video. As usual, we are live every single day, bossos. Links in the description down below. Good luck with your cool dinner rates. I'll see you in the next one.